Hi everybody, I'm Jess, your go-to Road to Kingdom dance analyst, and we are here at the final challenge, final performance of all the groups. I'm very excited to look at this, just seeing their growth from the intro stages, as well as their marathons that I've had the privilege of looking at prior to the show to now is going to be incredible. I'm very excited to just be able to just dive into the discussions with you guys on just being proud of everything that they've accomplished this season. We have two collaboration stages. One is a dance, one with TAEMIN, and another is going to be a vocal one, and then we're going to look at the final performances together. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, next up we have 8turn. Let's go. The cheers, the cheers, the cheers! Cute. Oh, hold on. Oh, I gotta go back. Hold on. Who choreographed it? Team I Am. Okay, cool. This is to remind you of Very Very and what they did. It's cute. Woo! Okay, High School Musical. That was a Prime Kings moment, is what that felt like, right? Yep. Nice. I love that they're using a basketball. It reminds us of the intro stage with the footballs, right? Yes. Look at that Apache step. Yes. Oh, cool! Yep. What? Yes, get the cheerleaders. Wow. That was incredible. Yep. Nice. Yes. Yes. Come on. Whoa. Oh, he got the Velcros. Okay. They have all the crews. Oh, that's really cute. That gives me, like, you know, whenever we saw La Chica with all the crews in their flags. Like, I just love that. I do know, like, it's a little subtle thing, like 8turn takes the win, and I like that theirs is in gold, but I really do love that the other teams are represented there. This is such an 8turn track. I love it. Very well done. Great way to finish the season. Goodness. Okay. Right here from the jump, of course, we have somebody tracing the R. Everyone is showcasing their own vibes. They're the stereotypes of what you would see in school, that kind of stuff. I'm saying like American school is what this reminds me of, right? So you got basketball. The color palette reminds me of High School Musical, which I think is really fun. We got that Charlie Brown little construction paper back there. I think it's fun. They're like, hey, it's time for class. And we have I think he's our coach, gives the impression with the whistle. And sometimes you got your coach who, teaches history. At least in the American high school lens. That's a fun little interesting thing if you didn't know that a lot of times, at least where I am, we have a heavy representation on sports. And so there's a lot of scholarship opportunities in the Southeast colleges where I am. And so a lot of times the schools, the high schools, they will hire really good coaches for these sports, but give them, if they don't have PE as an option, then they do like history or math or something, where it just kind of depends on the grade, where some coaches are really good at teaching those things and other coaches are just kind of there, if that makes sense. So it's a very weird thing to say, but like I heavily relate to the dynamic of that. But most people don't wear their jerseys to class. I would say football players do, but they don't wear it with the padding or anything like that. Basketball players normally don't because it's not in dress code, at least where I was. They would wear like their track fit is normally what gets worn. So that's an interesting little thing. At least in my neck of the woods, that's what I'm used to seeing. But I think it's so fun. Shaking the head, the setup there. I really love how they set up and do deskography. That can get really messy really fast, but they do a pretty good job of it. So he's still laid back, chilling, having a good time. They're throwing it. And I like how he has a really aggressively large paper airplane, and he just knocks one of our scholars, right? We have a teacher's pet vibe right here. He hits it over crazy. They're all nice and militant, and hey, we're not really, cutting up, but he is. Loki gives more of a swim coach vibe than a basketball coach vibe, but that's whatever. He says jump it, and I like how they jump right after it. That's fun because we're naturally affiliating the term jump. We think of jumping, and so seeing it there, it's a really nice visually pleasing moment for us. Sitting on the desk is fun. I like a clap from our dancers to help lift them up. I like the cross. We rotate it out. Really nice to see there. Little head nod is there. Throw. He says, boom, boom, let's go. And they go, show me how you do it. And then I like it with the basketball. And then we have it right there on just a nice little muscle man moment there. And we go pulls. I like having one of our members. This is just one note, though, on a logistics side. I partially wish that he was center and he was on this side, so we had a mirrored 8-turn jersey effect. But that's just my personal preference. You don't have to do that. I like how he tosses it, doesn't even check where he throws it, and I like the grab. I like the fact that they went for this. Like they decided to go for something risky like the basketballs, but it just is what made their intro stage so iconic, is their impressiveness and their utilization of their footballs. Very well done. And I love how they use this here. It really does feel like we get to encompass their entire journey. I love it. So I like how one of the dudes gets literally tossed out of the way and he just tosses it back, full confidence that someone's there to catch it. And he's there, he catches it. And I like the little speed changes, the little bowing right there. You have the opposing team is what it looked like, right? And then right there, that reminds me of Prime King's elimination with Big Two Brothers. So hard. I love it. He grabs it. That thing could have went bye. So I'm glad that he caught it. I love that little basketball trick where you turn on your finger. Super fun. He says, let's go. I love where you have your feature. I'm just loving so many different aspects about this. I love how he takes it, rotates it around. Everybody else rotates it high. How does naturally clock our feature in the center. Really well done. And I like that we have our dancers in the opposing colors, so it showcases a sense of opposition, but also it's complementary colors. They bring in, oh, scream. And I like how they turn, they toss it. Get it? 8-turn. And then from there, he drops down. He does like a little Brooklyn. It's like a Brooklyn Top Rock variant is what it looked like to me, but it could have been really anything. That's totally fine. Could have been a sturdy variant too. It could be a multitude of things. I like the slide on that and how he stays up. They went low. It's so fast, and I like the pulse on that's really cool. And we sway it, and we have it, and we bring it up. And then we have a little bedrock coming out of it, which is fun. I like the little trace down. I love the usage of the torso. That's something I've always really commended 8-turn for, is this torso utilization. You don't see it as often in rookie groups. You see a lot of fullness for sure, which is what they definitely have. But this filthy pocket, where they're able to have a sense of, I don't know, individuality, synchronicity, but just the fact that they're clean the way that they are, especially in like their own stuff. But also just groovy. It's just really, really fun to watch and appreciate. So fun. I like how he takes it, bring it up. I like how he taps it. Really fun to see. Knock, 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 throw. Come on. And they go, let's move. So you hear the little echo, let's move, the chanting in the back. So I really do like the fact our feature, he went on his own tone. Everybody else responded on the more unified tone, which feels very fitting. I like that he dribbles it down. They pick it up. I like the twist happening there. Is it not really a tone walk twist? I mean, you could pull it, maybe. They hit it down, boom. That reminds me of the football intro stage specifically. They slide it in, boom, little head nods. Come on now. And then right here we have our nerd, right? It's that situation. That's an Apache step. What I've seen that as. And then they reset, little twist on the back. They go kick, ball change. That's just a, what is it? It's just a regular basic top rock is really what that is. That definitely feels like a syncopated, like you could get sturdy if you doubled it up, but it's just a single. They drop down. I love how he hops over. He does a little muscle man. Let's go. They're all down, and I like how they kind of peekaboo away. He's super low. I like what's going on with some of our other dancers in the middle ground. What are they actually doing? Good question. Oh, they're just doing like a little hook at the top with a little, accent pose in the top as well. Ladies, I like the turnaround on them. Super fun. I love that we have so much energy happening over on the sides. It's just really enjoyable. I like the little turnaround is fun. And then we do a little flick of the wrist to get us back up and going. Brand new classic. I like the accent forward. New feature comes up. He's giving Slytherin Studios vibes. He says, come on, wordplay is good. It literally almost got freaking knocked down. I think that was really funny. But then I love the conversion of the staging, going from the school fit to the basketball locker room. It does remind me of their first comeback, right? After Tic Tac? The next one, it was them it was like in a football jersey space, right? So that's what that reminds me of. But now it's basketball. Click, click, click. They need to just tackle all the sports. I'll watch them all. Let's go. So I like how they all present up. They're just stretching, getting ready to go. The kickball change to lower. And then we do a nice little speed change for your feature. Some subtlety there. Boom, boom, boom. They're hitting the guitar. Wow, wow, wow. Rebounding from their weight change, which I really like. They stay low. Then my feature comes from back to front. I love the clap there. Then they said, come on, let's go. I like that he opened his jacket, so now he feels like a player. Then you have some students helping with your nerd. Boom, boom. I like how he rotates it around and the dancers compliment it. It's cool. And then they go. I like the little throw, little clap there. These types of sets or these types of fits, when you see them all together, can get very muddled if not everybody's on the same page. But they do a great job of making it all work. I like how with the partner moment they have the throw and it causes the turn, and I like the smile. It's great. And then they end up going across, and then they hit that percussion. The pull and the pull are nice. A little pulse, little switch. I like the mirroring between the partnering is great. He has his moment. Let's go. And the throw, go down. The snake works for that. And then everybody triples it up while they have their moment. Camera catches that well. Good partner moment. That's your bedrock happening there. They grab the fits and they have it. They go pulse down. And he had his moment. He dropped low. He hopped up. Made us see him. I like the point on that. The hop, little tone wop, little twist. And then he undercuts it there. And then we have we're going to toss somebody to and fro. That was sick. Sick AF what just happened there. So these are cheerleaders. We love it. And you have round off, back handspring. They get caught. Good basket tosses. That was professional doing. And I can appreciate watching professionals do professional things. That's great. 8-turn does not need to be doing that today. They don't need to work on that. Work on this. I love seeing them here. It's great. I like the kick. And then they accent the back ball change. They rotate around. And I like the press through. There is, I will say, with the choreo, outside of this interruption with the cheer, it does feel like we are introducing very similar texture overlaps or similar dynamic choices, which can, in the competitive sense, you can work potentially against you on the plateau side of things, but how they have it structured, they have just enough breathing room or digestibility in some of their choices that it's not really as much of a concern. And the points, they don't really get points here. This is like a final hoorah is what I've been told. So that's why I'm not looking at these with a critical lens, just an observational basic, we're here to appreciate them lens, and of course giving notes where I see them, but that's my general thing I see here. And I do think part of it does come from its team I am, and I think that's just the basis of that type of group. And so you're going to run into that the more you're exposed to it, which is fine. That's just something that everybody gets to grow in. And this is really nice to see them have a successful set. I'm just being honest. This is great. There's not pressure. We just get to enjoy it. And you notice that I feel like all the sets have more sense of genuinity and investment. It feels very, I don't know, there's more depth to it, and it really does feel when people are experiencing joy, they're experiencing it, because at the end of the day, I mean, whoever wins is going to win, and that's fine, and we just get to celebrate that this is our last stage, and we get to just live life, you know, it's great. So I like that we have some of our dancers, they end up doing a subtle transition through the content to create more windows, which is nice. So I like the little wrist rotation with the kick on that. Definitely gives a locking potential accent in it, but it's not enough to give the style at all. The toss-up is nice. I like the boom, boom. Notice I let the hip allow that little scuff and chug, not chug, but that little scuff of the foot to really accent there. And I like that we have more of our studious individual in the middle there. I think it's fun. He resets, and I like how he has to press up and do a little leapfrog over. I like the clap on that is cool. Hits the percussion, accent there. Now you hear a marching band percussion. It's very fitting here. Why? Because we're at a school, and a lot of times schools for team spirit, they use a marching band. So that's why all of the timbres match in tonal colors match the overall concept. It's very fitting. It's very thorough. It's nice. Cross, cross, and then we rotate around. Energy is awesome. So I like how he's here. This whole sequence was really sick. So I like their hold on that. They twist to drop. Now what he ends up doing is like a Thomas Flair. He turns down. He ends up just rotating and does a little kick out of it. And then he ends up doing a little basket jump out of it. And I like he accents up, which is really cool. He hits it, boom, little reverb. He throws him, and they all just toss up with a little accent on the end. Come on now. Then we're all putting on our jackets. Some of our dancers and cheerleaders are moving away. I like these Lettermans. His arm is not technically in it yet, but now it is. Everybody's like, let's go, it's party time. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Then we basket run. Oh boy. At least it was for 4 counts. We'll be nice today. Scream! And I like the scream. Literally, where do you scream? From your mouth. So they're placing it over their mouth, pressing it up. Really cool. On the touch, he says, come on, let's go. I like the turn, and then we have all of our flags. For me, I don't mind the turns because they're 8 turn, right? 12 watt, 8 turn. I wonder if they turn because they're talking about 8 turn, right? Yep, I like the switch with the ISO right there, or just the little interruption with the head is cool. The turn, little kickball change is nice. We have Bud Leaf, the presentation on that. It kind of feels like we're on summer break. Let's go. It's summertime. The clap is nice. The sway, sway. The really good hey, hey. I appreciate that they use that to help promote a better spacing choice where we have everybody with a ton of space in the middle, so you feel a clear difference between your dancers and your members. Really cool. And it does give, we're here, it's school, we're in front of it, heavy High School Musical vibes. It really feels, specifically the second movie, What Time Is It, Summertime. It feels like that. They push it over, and I like how we're going with the twist on that with the heels and the toes, and I like the flags are mirrored and they're going around the back. I like the rotation of the camera, and I like the rotation of the direction of their content too, so it feels like we are factoring in. This camera's not just going wherever it wants. It's very placed and proper and intentional, so it feels like what I'm watching is very intentional, which we love. The scoops are nice. The rotation on range looks great. They throw it up. I like the levels on that. They rotate. Boom. Everyone's on the same page now. You have all your dancers surrounding, facing the respective outsides, matching what the members are doing. It's cool. They do a little thread with the legs. They come up, bridge recover. They said, all right, let's go. It's party. Yeah, we got this party. We got the power. He has this moment. He turns it over. Look at us. And we're all here. We're waving. Woohoo! We love it. We're 8 turn. It's fun. We're here for it. I love the confetti. Everyone gets confetti, and everyone's got to clean it up. I think this is super, super enjoyable. Goodness gracious. Thank you, guys. I am right about to watch the episode. I do not know who wins, and this is the first time in Kingdom history and Queendom history that I do not know who wins. And I've been avoiding YouTube like the plague. These videos were given to me by a fellow Patreon member. They sent them to me because I requested if somebody could send them so I didn't have to find them, because I was so afraid I was going to find a spoiler if I was trying to retrieve these. So thank you to those who helped me get these without spoiling anything. I am very much looking forward to the dialogue and discussion. By the time this gets launched on YouTube, I will know who wins, and I will be setting up a way to do the marathon of the winning group. It will most likely be a reaction compilation with unlisted links to all of the analysis is probably what's going to happen, just because of how the analytics of YouTube has been operating on my channel recently. It's just been wild. So I will describe more of that in the intro of the marathon group's winner stuff. But yeah, you guys know me, I know you. I'm Jess, and I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Bye.